Tyler here with GP Knives, and we're back again for the week 22 weekly update. Starting out this week, we'll take a look at restock on some Benchmade knives, including the 202 Lake Ooh. We had a 3V blade with a high saber grind and a reptile textured santoprene handle. 3V is going to be durable and relatively easy to sharpen with good corrosion resistance for a tool steel. We got a high saber grind, and it is V ground at the edge as opposed to a traditional Scandi grind for ease of sharpening and maintenance. The overmold handle provides a nice traction even when wet and is very comfortable even in a very tight grip for comfort and use over time. You've got a lanyard hole there at the end. The Lake Ooh is a great companion to a smaller blade like the Bugout and makes a great all-around field knife. We got a nice leather pouch sheath, good friction fit there. You got a ferro rod holder and drop loop, and this knife is going to work well for skinning tasks thanks to the forward belly there, as well as light chopping and batoning. And then of course it can be used for finer work given the nice ergonomic handle and a high level of control. Next up, we have the mini Bugout here on the right in black Cerakote and white FRN. We got the same S30V blade, axis lock mechanism, dual thumb stud deployment, and mini deep carry clip. Nice lightweight compact EDC. And then we've also got the Bugout in black Cerakote and the black CF Elite. So here's the difference between the full size and the mini, just a different handle material. CF Elite is another polymer, but it is mixed with carbon fiber. So it has a bit more rigidity and a lighter weight. So it does reduce the overall weight of the standard Bugout a little bit. And we'll take a look at this with another knife for comparison. Go ahead and grab the Para 3 here from Spyderco. So you can see fairly similar in the overall length. Cutting edge is going to be a little longer on the Bugout. Blade stock thickness is a bit thinner, as is the overall thickness in the handles. Of course, this has just a minimal partial steel liner, whereas these do have full steel liners. So you've got a bit more heft there given the added thickness and material. But for ultralight and slim carry, the Bugout is an excellent option. You can see a nice slim footprint, about the size of the handle on the Para 3. And speaking of the Para 3, this is the Maxamet version that we have in stock now. Maxamet is a high hardness and high wear resistant tool steel. So not a lot of toughness here and minimal corrosion resistance, although it is relatively good for a tool steel. You've got a heavy stonewash finish on this, gray G10, 4-position clip, and of course the compression lock mechanism and Spyderco round hole. And as you can see, operation on this is very smooth. One thing to consider here is that this will be fairly difficult to sharpen, and again, this is not going to be a high toughness steel. And we've got a nice little slip joint over here from Real Steel, the Aluna Premier. This has a blade of S35VN, and we've got these in green and natural micarta. This is a collaborative design with Poltergeist Works, a custom knife maker. We got a modern right-hand tip-up only deep carry clip on this. And as I said before, this is a slip joint. It does have an off-angle half stop there for added safety. And it does have not really a choil, but a small jimped area here in the ricasso. So you do get a bit of added control and safety. So you're not really going to be able to close that down on your finger there. Dual fullers on the blade. And again, this is a full flat ground S35VN So a nice balance of performance on that. And real quick, here it is with the mini Bugout. So about the same size. So if you really like micarta and you either need or prefer a non-locking knife, then this knife is going to be an excellent choice. And it does not have any liners on the inside. These are just solid micarta handle scales, which also keeps the weight down for a nice lightweight carry. And next up we have another new knife from Spyderco, the Canis. This is a combat-oriented Wharncliffe style folder. And you can see it's got a shallow hollow grind and a swedge here on the spine, which leaves it a good thickness out towards the tip while still having good slicing performance. And then this is going to both reduce weight and friction in a cut. You got jimping on the spine that moves right into the thumb ramp here. Nice secure grip. Very comfortable in multiple grip positions. You've got peel ply carbon fiber G10 laminate for the scales. 4-position clip for carry with a nice lanyard tube here at the back. Open back construction and Spyderco's compression lock mechanism and round hole for deployment. And as you can see, this is a very smooth operation on this knife. And we've got some nice phosphor bronze washers in here. And my guess is a bushing pivot similar to that of the Sage 5 lightweight. And this does offer multiple deployment options. And if you'd like to see more on the Canis, you can check out my overview video, which is already posted up on the channel. And I will link that at the end of this video. And we'll take a quick look at it with the Spyderco Hinderer here. So you can see it is a bit smaller than the Hinderer. You get cutting edge that's fairly similar on these two, and a functional grip area that is going to be just a bit shorter, but not by much. Close these up. Thickness is going to be fairly close on these two for both blade stock and handle. Maybe just a bit thicker on the Canis, but still relatively thin. Handle thickness is about the same. And the overall footprint, just a bit wider on the Canis, but then it is also going to be a bit shorter. So a very nice carry knife for utility and defensive use. That Wharncliffe blade makes a great slicer regardless of the task at hand. And we'll jump straight over to the Hinderer 3.5-inch Eclipse. This is a harpoon tanto with stonewashed 20 CV blade. Tri-way pivot equipped with a hardened steel lock face insert. So this does come with bearings, but can be user customized with phosphor bronze or nylon washers. You can see it's got a nice snappy deployment, smooth operation, ergonomic handle design on the Eclipse that is a little more friendly for daily use and carry. You got a nice thumb ramp here with a bit of jimping on the blade, and then dual finger grooves and some jimping here at the back with a nice taper to the pommel end. Open back construction, smooth operation with that steel lock face on the Tighe frame lock. And we've got these in a few different variations. We got an orange G10 with stonewashed blue frame on this one. We've got a working finish blade with blue-black G10 and matching working finish frame on this one as well. All satin hardware on these, so these will come in a few different variations in terms of blade finish, front scale color, and frame finish. And these are a nice, robust, and ergonomic design for tactical applications as well as utility use in daily carry. And if you feel like jazzing up your Hinderer knife, whether it be the Eclipse or one of the XM series. We've also got these gear clips. This is a solid titanium clip, and this one is in the working finish with titanium hardware attaching 3 gears in brass and copper. And it makes a nice fidgetable addition to any Hinderer knife, as well as making for a secure carry. And these gears will vary from clip to clip, so it's not always going to be brass, copper, brass. There is going to be some variation, so keep that in mind. And we do have these in both a bronze and blue anodized working finish, as well as just the standard one here. And these are going to be lasered with the Horsehead Hinderer logo. And last but not least, we have some custom knives from maker Brian Tighe in his signature style. We've got the small twist tie out the front automatic here. We've got a Tonto blade in a compound grind with hand rubbed satin finish. Hard anodized aluminum on one side. And then we've got Mars Valley fat carbon on the opposite side with a 3D machine type pocket clip with ceramic tension ball and matching glass breaker pommel there. So very stylish looking out the front auto, smooth operation, very snappy. And of course, we've got Brian's signature milling on both sides for a very stunning overall look. And so this is the small version, and I'll grab the large version here. We got the same Tonto profile and same aluminum side on this. And then we've got a green fat carbon on here. So similar style there. And then we also have both sides of these knives in a double-edged dagger profile. So same materials. We've got the green small in a dagger and the red large in a dagger blade. And blade steel on these are going to be BG42 or RWL34. And last but not least, we have a custom TIE Fighter here. Again, in a compound ground Tonto blade. This is Sanmai S90V. And you can see it's got almost a 3-tone finish here with a little bit of a hand rubbed satin on the flats, a tumbled mirror polish on the outer layer, and then sort of a matte gray finish on that S90V core. Full-size tactical folder. It's got a nice beefy blade stock, but as you can see, comes out to a fine piercing tip. You've got a full height hollow out at the front and a hollow saber here in the back. Dual thumb studs or flipper deployment on thrust bearings at the pivot. You've got Arctic Storm blue fat carbon for the handle scales. And as you can see, you've got no stainless steel liners here, so very lightweight, fairly well balanced given the heft of the blade and lightness of the handles. We got a nice jimped backspacer here made out of G10 with an exposed very large lanyard hole and a 3D machine type pocket clip with ceramic tension ball for right hand tip up only carry. Button lock operation, snappy deployment, and very smooth operation as well. And you've got some deep finger grooves for a very secure fit in the hand, comfortable jimping on the spine for traction, and just an all-out stunning piece here from Brian Tighe. And again, this is definitely a beefy full-size tactical folder. I'll grab that Endura again for a size comparison. So you can see fairly similar in the overall length. Cutting edge is going to be pretty close to the same, maybe just a bit shorter on the TIE Fighter. And here's where you can really see the difference. Very beefy blade stock there. And get close here, you can actually see the laminate lines there with the S90 core. Handle thickness is only a bit thicker on this. And you can see here, it does have a nice contour with some stepped milling. Very comfortable, good traction in the hand without being overly aggressive. And it does allow for a nice smooth draw from the pocket. Again, this is Tyler with GP Knives and your Week 22 weekly update. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay sharp. If you like what you've seen today and you'd like to see more, follow us on social media, like the video below, and subscribe to our YouTube channel feed for updates on all new products.